What's going on, guys? Welcome to Uninfluenced. This is episode 3. We're getting right on to it. Before we get going too much today, I do want to do a moment of silence for NPC Carlos, served under Mike as a service dog. Let's give a couple seconds for a moment of silence. Mike, do you have any stories you want to give?
I do. So when I was a canine trainer on the West Coast multi-purpose canine training program for the West Coast SEAL teams, a good friend of mine that I was an instructor with, Mike is his nickname. I'm not going to use his real last name, but he was his handler. We were, like I said, we were instructors together, so I already knew him really well. And I came out, it was 2011, and it was actually the very first dog that I ever worked, by worked meaning in a bite suit. And, I remember the first, entry where the dog comes in and actually grabs a hold of you. And I was just like, holy fucking shit. The dog had a monster grip and just the kind of duality that the dog possessed of being really, really affectionate and super social and just, amazingly, from a sociability standpoint was just, one of those very rare dogs that could be just hell on wheels when he needed to be, but was, about like a damn house dog, the rest of the time. In the last, 6-7 years of his life, he actually was a house dog, with kids running around and the whole bit. So, just, a lot of training trips and other stories with that dog that were phenomenal. He did a really great deployment with Mike in Afghanistan, which, they have a bunch of stories. And Mike's actually into cars too. He's got an old 99 or 2000 Integra Type R, like all stock original, whatever, which...
Oh, that's badass.
It's pretty neat. He's hung on to that and has kept it, pretty restored, but he's into all the same shit. So it'd be neat to have him on. But yeah, Carlos it was a dog that I kept in touch with him, for the last 8-9 years since I left there, and, helped him out a couple different times that he had, medical issues with the dog or whatever, but, just a phenomenal dog. And it really tore the ass out of Mike, losing him here this last week. But I will say, anybody that's listening that saw it on, on the Mike Ritland, social media page on Instagram, I'm just baffled and extremely humbled for the amount of support and comments that people have offered. And it ultimately ended up leading to the family that raised him from 6 months and ultimately titled him in Holland saw it and got a hold of me, and I put him in touch with Mike. So they've been going back and forth sharing, he's sharing deployment stories, and they have sent him like pictures from when he was a puppy and just really good for both of them. So I appreciate you doing the moment of silence, and it was a huge kick in the dick for all of us on the Warrior Dog side and the MPC side, but really neat to see all the support. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we'll put a link in the description where you can go and support the Warrior Dog Foundation. Bringing that up, I would like to welcome our producer, Zach.
Oh, hey, what's going on? I don't have a camera.
Yeah. No, he's better for radio.
Yeah, thanks. I have a face for it, that old gag. Yeah, I remember that.
It's like the Wizard of Oz, though. You're the guy behind the curtain making it all work, right?
Yeah,
that's right. Man of mystery.
I really like all your work on Casting Couch, too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Doing it for 20 years. Yeah. Seasoned vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how you did all that with Polaroids and made them look like videos.
I did a little time on Fake Taxi. That was a good gag.
Hell yes.
Fake Taxi.
Hell yeah. So what the hell all did you guys get into this week?
Matt, you start.
Well, I didn't get into too much, just doing my normal. I did tell you earlier about I figured out what Corvettes do like to race.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was out driving my...
Which one?
I was out driving my 67 F100 the other day, and I had a new one pull up, and He saw brake lights. That's all he saw. Tail lights.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What fucking Corvette was it?
It was a new one, lime green.
Really?
So I don't know who owns it around here, but
It was weird. It was on the back of a tow truck.
yeah. I wasn't going to tell him that part, but
I was like, what, did he fucking break down? What the fuck happened?
I don't know what happened. I know he wanted to go again. I was like, yeah, that's all I got. Yeah. I got to turn here.
Well, I'll be goddamned if last night of all times I had the 911 out after I got it back this week after the mods I've done to it, and sure as shit there was a Corvette that decided they wanted to race. So I don't know if I unjinxed myself in terms of talking shit last week about Corvettes not wanting to race, but he sure as fuck did. So so that was nice.
How bad was it?
It was pretty embarrassing, but it was an older Corvette too. But I would say the one that, well, going back to the mods, let me talk about those first. So I got it back. I've got the Boost Logic 750, and it does need meth. I know we talked about that. I won't beat that dead horse, but it does need the methanol kit to get it up into the above 750 range. We dynoed it last week, and it was right at 790. And so, to me, I'm absolutely happy with that. It goes through a shitload of meth. I mean, I'm not shitting you. It's about a gallon for every 2.5 gallons of gas. Which to me is fucking absurd, but that's what it takes to maximize those turbos out and keep it running the way that it needs to. So I probably won't be driving it quite as much with as expensive as that shit is, but I will say that from a drivability standpoint and just generally speaking, that car is phenomenal. I mean, it has all of the same things that I think anybody that's driven a 911 and likes them in terms of how it drives. And excuse me, I ate a fucking piece of pizza right before I sat down here, so I sound like I'm choking on dick.
Taquitos.
But so
Who's
the
counting, right?
The drivability of it is phenomenal. Still handles really, really well, but it just has that kind of proper amount of speed where, if I had to guess, I'd say it's probably mid 560 to 130. And it's just, it's got that punch that just doesn't fucking quit. Whether you're at 30 miles an hour or 130, stepping on it, it gives you that proper fucking snap, and it's just an absolute fucking blast to drive. And it's faster than most other cars out there. There's of course, plenty of other cars that are faster, but for your average roll race, it's pretty tough to beat. I did mix it up with a lime green GT3 RS that just kept trying to race, and I think it still had the buyer tag on it, so it's probably some dude that whatever, but it was like he couldn't believe that it wasn't faster, so like he just kept trying, and I was like,
isn't stock want the Turbo S outrun the GT3?
It will, yeah. Which because it's only
someone lied to his ass when they sold it to him.
He took that car back.
I mean it's 520 horse, and that's fucking crank horse, so it's probably mid fours,
450, 460.
But so it is lighter, and it'll drop a 911 on a track handling wise, but yeah, for straight line roll race speed, like even a stock 911 will outrun one. But it was fucking hilarious. Like it's like, dude, your car is just not faster. I don't know what else to tell you, But so that was a fun one. And then there was a Hellcat. I think it was a red eye. That same type of thing, came up, and I think most people, when they see a 911, like there's so many other, 911 variants, whether it's the Carrera or even some of the 718s, they all look so similar to everybody else that, if you don't know what you're looking at, you think, that it's just a fucking whatever. And I think most people are expecting to kick the shit out of it. And so even stock, it's pretty quick, but now it's making, 240 more than it makes, or 250 more than it makes stock. So it's a fucking blast. You got to drive it.
What would be cool is if we took those tips and blacked them out so people didn't even notice the exhaust.
Yeah. You can actually keep the stock tips on it. It's an extra like $900, I think, to do it. So
what?
Yeah. Which, yeah, how much fucking sense does that make?
I know. I can go get them bitches powder coated for $30.
Yeah.
Or I got some rattle can in the garage. Yep, $5. I'll hook you
Done.
up.
Yeah. But
I won't even tape it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Overspray all over the bumper.
Yeah.
So getting it back was nice. I love what's done with it. To me, it's as good as it needs to be. I can see just leaving it at that, honestly, because the R8 will be kind of the Frankenstein mobile in terms of getting fucking nutty with it. This is great to just drive around and have fun with. But
yeah, I can't wait to race that R8.
Yeah.
That'll be a fun race.
Yeah, it'll be fucking great for sure. Get that footage on here, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my shit right now is nutty.
Yeah.
And I almost have to relearn to drive it since getting it back Saturday. And I told you on the way to your house, I got sideways twice at 70 and 80 miles an hour. So I should have learned my lesson, but I did it one more time leaving your house. And I'm probably going to do it a lot more times till I get it right. But it's just fun.
Where are you putting it? Are you putting any traction control on, or is it all off?
Well, you mentioned the traction control on when I came over, because I always run it with it off. And when I left your house, I was like, maybe he has a point, so I'll leave the traction control on. No, it still didn't matter. That motherfucker still went sideways.
Yeah.
And it just sounds like all hell broke loose when it starts doing it.
Yeah.
Like people are thumbs up in me. Usually, I passed a yard sale and they're like, fuck yeah. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I could have killed y'all if this was a Mustang.
God damn. Well, I know in first and second gear, mine, even with the, with it pulling what it's pulling now, same thing. Like all four wheels are spinning and it's getting fucking fishtailing and shit, which, is crazy in that thing. But
that's a lot of power in a 911.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of power in any car.
Yeah.
Which brings me, you got anything else you did this week?
No.
You didn't bang any hookers or anything?
Not this week.
Sweet.
Did any hookers bang you?
A few.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
If they're midgets, they don't count.
Well.
Unless you're a midget listening to the show, then it counts.
Yeah, it counts.
They count for half.
Yeah. That's half a point. So
that's awesome.
This brings up my point of something me and you talked about. I believe it was yesterday or maybe it was today. Why Italian and German cars and motorcycles are faster and better built than American cars.
When they didn't used to be.
Yeah. Back in the day, early 60s, 70s and things like that.
And Japanese.
Yeah. And yeah, you can't forget the Japanese.
Don't forget the Japs.
That's racist.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. You can't say it like that. This ain't Pearl Harbor. Yeah. So what happened? What transitioned?
Well, obviously it's just anybody's guess, but I mean, to me, if you look at it historically, I think on the Japanese side, it makes sense in that post World War II, the United States basically took Japan economically under its wing, and completely rebuilt the entire country. With them not having to focus on any of their GDP and from a fiscal responsibility standpoint, not having to pay for a military and getting help from the biggest economy in the world, that combination coupled with just their work ethic, culturally, they focus really, really heavy on certain academic components, and all of that combined, I think, just led to them being able to, from an engineering standpoint and just from a durability and build standpoint, were able to come from basically nothing to as good as anything really. Now, I think it's easy to argue that just like with motorcycles, I think whether it's an Acura NSX or like the Nissan GTR, while they're phenomenal vehicles and pound for pound and bang for your buck, they're damn good cars. I don't think they're quite on the level of any of the European exotics, but I do think that they're absolutely head and shoulders above everything American. And for everybody listening that is like, fuck you, America, whatever. Like, believe me, I'm a veteran. I would love and would prefer to buy American cars that were built that way, but they're just fucking not. And people. I've posted pictures of sitting behind the R8 or, a picture here or there of a Mercedes or whatever. And people are like, what the fuck, and it's like, don't what the fuck me, like what the fuck American automakers that aren't making shit that is on par with everything else. I think the Corvette C8 is the closest thing, but it's still not in the same fucking ballpark.
No.
Maybe when they come out with if they call it a Z06 version of that, maybe it will be. But I doubt it. The build quality is still, I mean, when you jump in a fucking 911 or an Audi, the interior quality of that is just world fucking class. And, there's nothing about a Chevy, I don't care what fucking model you're talking about, that even comes close. No. I would say the same is true with like the Nissan GTR and the NSX. The NSX I think is a little nicer, but it still at the end of the day looks like a fucking Sentra inside.
Yeah, you're in a boosted up Sentra.
Yeah. So I think so that's the thing with actually both Europe and Japan, is that if you think post World War II, Germany, Italy, and Japan were the three of the big main three axis powers, which we defeated and then ultimately fucking stayed there and rebuilt all of their economies. So to me, that's probably the best logical explanation for why it is that way. But it still, I think, sucks that Ford and Chevy and really any American automaker can't, between the three of them, come up with one goddamn vehicle that that sets the bar, or at least competes with every European and Japanese automaker. That's my take on it.
Y'all like baseball?
Yeah.
You ready for a curveball?
Do it.
GT40.
The Ford. Yeah, well,
I was fixing to bring that up.
Yeah, so, well, so here's my response to that.
That's a custom built car, though.
Well, even the regular Ford GT, similarly, like you're talking about, a handful of them, basically. So between that and their price, like, to me, that's not really much of a comparison, because they haven't been able to do it in the same vein at keeping it around $200,000 like all the rest of them have.
Well, that and the fact that if you buy the new GT, which I think they finally took that away this year, but you had a 2-year contract if you bought the new one, you couldn't sell that car for 2 years.
Yeah.
So if you went broke,
tough shit.
Yeah. You either have to let them repo that car, or
sleep in it.
You fucking live in it.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. So like I said, to me, I don't really consider that a competitor, because it's such a limited run and it's so incredibly overly priced, comparing what you get compared to everything else. But
when you look at the old Ford versus Ferrari, when you watch that movie, y'all have seen it, right?
Yeah,
great movie.
Yeah, great movie, and I mean it's great history. But at the end of the day, look what it took Ford to catch Ferrari, and look how quick Ferrari pretty much said, okay, we'll fix that. And they went and they made a better car. It's like their R&D is so far ahead of American cars, or just Americans don't give a shit because the market isn't there in their eyes to sell hyper cars, supercars, and things like that. But like you said, the quality of the car, I mean, I'd give an extra $10,000 for better leather in a truck, for nicer paint, for better looks, better lighting.
Better everything.
Yeah, just better everything. And there's some people who aren't going to do that, but that's why you have lower lines of vehicles.
Yeah. Well, I think, to use the dog analogy, right, is that, as a police dog vendor or personal protection dogs, from a quality control standpoint, there is a finite number of dogs that you can crank out per year and still keep the quality high. Excuse me. And I think if you look at Ford, it's a classic example of, it doesn't matter how much money you have, there's a certain size where at that point you can't really maintain a really high level of quality control.
Yeah.
Ferrari specializes in that.
Ferraris.
Yeah, I mean, like any Ferrari is a fucking Ferrari, Whereas Ford, I mean, you've got a fucking Escort, the Tauruses, you've got trucks, you've got, all these other mass-produced fucking vehicles that even if they have way more money, they don't have the knowledge and expertise, and they don't have the bandwidth as a company to really be able to dedicate it to that, because they do so many other fucking things. Not that that's necessarily bad, but, to me, I would love to see, just an American company fucking be created, where that's all they do is specialize in high-end fucking sports cars, but, make more than 200 of them a year at a competitive price and kick the shit out of everybody. I don't know why the fuck we don't do that.
Yeah, you have SSC America is coming out, but you're not in that price range again. You're still, it's a hypercar, but I want to say it's starting at $1.5 million. So $1.5 million, you're still out of the realm of almost anybody could buy that car. I mean, to get to $200,000 is a pain in the ass. To get to $500,000's even harder. And a lot of people will say, well, any rich guy can walk in and buy a car once they're rich. No, you can't. If you want to finance that car, unless you're paying straight cash and you don't have history, you know, you can be a multimillionaire and you say, I want to finance a GT2 RS. And they'll look at you and be like, okay, prove that you've done it before.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't.
Yeah.
I have all this money in the bank. Well, that's cute. Write me a check for the collateral of what that car is going to cost, and we call that a loan.
Yeah. Or you can fuck off.
Yeah. Or you can go fuck yourself. One thing I did read that I found really cool about Japanese motorcycles, and this is your fucking fault.
I'll take it.
The Hayabusa. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at those earlier. I sent you a picture one. Well, I'm weird because if I'm going to ride a motorcycle, it's going to have exhaust. And the reason is not for more power. It's so cars hear me. You know, I want to hear that shit. So I was looking, I was like, shit, they're still affordable for a Hayabusa versus everything else. It's pretty expensive. What the fuck happened? I went back and I was reading, you can't buy a GSXR 1300, the Hayabusa, which I think is a 1340 now, but you cannot buy that in Japan or overseas in Europe because they refuse to put the catalytic converters on them.
Oh, shit. Really?
And America gave them 2 more years here. So till 2023, they don't have to do that. They still comply with the old laws.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like, son of a bitch.
So you better grab one.
Yeah, I better go get one.
2.
We'll see y'all later.
Yeah. That fucking thing looks like an alien motorcycle.
Dude,
like,
that fit in so good
really?
with the McLaren.
It would.
Yeah.
It fucking A would, yeah.
So my wife said so I'm going to throw this out there. She told me, she said, you either wait till we finish the house or you get rid of the McLaren. So I looked at her today at the store. I was like, this motherfucker. But if you know me, you know I like loopholes. Yeah. There's always a way around something, you know. So I looked at her and I said, I think you're right. I'm going to sell the McLaren. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell the McLaren. I'm going to get rid of the Audi RSQ8. I'm going to buy the new TRX. I'm going to buy a Ferrari. And then I'm going to buy a motorcycle. And she looked at me and she said, wait, I said, the deal was if I got rid of the McLaren, you didn't say I couldn't buy another supercar.
Got a good loophole.
Loopholes.
Christ.
But
see, that's going to lead her to fucking start talking numbers next time. Be like,
yeah,
you can only spend X per month on vehicles.
Again, a loophole. She said, well, make me a deal. Get me another dog. I said, okay, I'll get you another dog, seeing as how you just got one. But I get to pick the dog.
There you go.
She said, that's fair.
I've got you one right now you can have.
No,
I got fucking 29 of them that all need homes.
So Mike has a dog that your dogs happen to hate cats, right?
Not all of them, most of them.
Well, I'm going to need one that does.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, it's 3 for 1. You know, I get a dog that hates cats. She loses 3 cats. I get a cool dog.
Everybody wins.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Especially the cats. They come out.
Yeah, they come out
got the
on
best
top.
deal.
Yeah,
They come out on top.
and the dog gets to kill them if people are right 27 times.
Yeah,
all them lives.
that's right. Fucking A.
I do want to bring up the Ford and Ferrari thing. I do want to. What car were you looking at the specs on earlier?
Which one?
Well, we're talking Ford versus Ferrari, jackass.
The Ferrari SF90.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So would that compete with a Ford, or does it outrun everything?
That outruns everything. It outruns the LaFerrari. We were talking about it.
That's fucking nuts.
Ain't it though?
Yeah. And for the price,
and it's cheaper. It's what, 600?
You can damn near buy 5 of them?
5 of them for the
price
of
of
a
the price?
LaFerrari. Yeah.
You could buy one, run it into a LaFerrari, and then go get in your other 4 and run from the cops.
Exactly.
Yeah.
God damn, that thing's nuts.
I don't have the spec here. What was the track time on it?
I never pulled the track time. I watched Chris Harris on it. Chris Harris was talking about on Top Gear that it outran the LaFerrari on the Ferrari track by 1.5 seconds.
God, how long is the track? Do you know? Ballpark?
I don't know, but the LaFerrari hasn't been touched
God damn.
on there. And this didn't do it by hundredths of a second or tenths. It did it by a second and a half.
That's fucking nutty.
That's crazy.
That's nutty.
Do you know? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And so my favorite thing, and I asked, and I just love this fact on it, Matt, how many gears does it have?
It doesn't have reverse. I know that because earlier I was looking at the specs and he's like, how's it going to reverse?
Yeah.
It's got what is it? Is it 2 motors in the front?
It's got two front
it's got
motors.
3.
Yeah.
And those motors push it into reverse.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. Any
Yeah.
idea how many they're going to make?
They still haven't released that, but if they release anything close to the number at that price, I want to get one of those.
Twin turboed.
Yeah, I'll read
4-liter
the
V8.
quick spec on it. So V8 with 3 electric motors. It's a 4-liter twin turbo V8. I'm assuming similar to the Pista and their newer V8. But so it's 769 horsepower with that motor. The trio of electric motors is an additional 217, which is a net output of 986 with 590 torque. I'm surprised the torque isn't a little higher.
Yeah, the torque, that's what threw me for a loop because an electric car has so much torque.
Yeah.
So to get the power out of that 4.0 liter engine, did they drop out some of the torque and make the electric engine or the electric motors pick it up?
I don't know, because again, if you're getting 217 from the electric side, which is nothing to fucking sneeze at. I mean, even any motor that has 770 fucking horsepower usually has more than 590 torque on its own.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, to me that's a really surprising and odd stat. But,
either that or it's a European and Italy thing where we don't get the true stats till it's out and available.
Until somebody actually dynos it.
Yeah, dynos, pulls real numbers and things like that. But how the hell do you dyno? I guess you could still dyno on an all-wheel dyno, can't you?
Yeah, should be. I mean, same. The Mustang, the Mustang all-wheel dyno should do it, no problem.
We'll take it and dyno it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if they're talking about it's going to come out mid next year, and if that car comes out mid next year and I can order one spec how I want to, I'll order one.
God, that's fucking wild.
Because the simple fact is, what it does is the only thing I think I could get to replace what I have now and not be $1 million.
Yeah. And or not be fucking disappointed with it.
Yes.
You know.
Because, I mean, the McLaren has its quirks and weird shit that happens in it, but anything when you start modding it has issues. Anything you buy, you go to Chevrolet, you buy a Chevrolet, I've blown one up in 600 miles brand new from the factory. So anything can fuck up, but nothing is going to be in that same realm with that car for how long?
Yeah. Well,
look how long the Law Ferrari held on.
Here's the one, I think, caveat or asterisk to that is that with Tesla and their fucking
Plaid.
Well, between that and also Bugatti probably being bought by that Croatian electric fucking car company that already makes hypercars that are purely electric.
Is it Polestar?
I don't remember the fucking name of it, but you mind looking that up? So the to me the big question mark is, and even with like say the R8, I think this gen this year and maybe next year is probably going to be the last year of the not just naturally aspirated but gas engine R8s period.
That's what I've heard. I've heard they're starting to work on the R&D because combustion, if I remember right, the combustion, it's 2027 or 2025. It's one of those.
Yeah.
The high horse combustion engines like the V10 and V12 have to go away.
Yeah,
they're no longer.
Criminal.
And the smallest we can, or the biggest we'll be able to get to is a V8, in which the V8s right now are struggling. I mean, let's be honest. My McLaren sounds like a fucking Dyson when you get it from the factory. Now it does not, but it still, to me, does not sound. It don't have a mean.
It doesn't have the AMG
sound.
throaty guttural fucking.
Or even the 488 with a FI exhaust on it. You know, a 488 with an FI exhaust is screaming.
Yeah.
You know, and this car, I'm pushing close to 1,000 horsepower to the crank. It should be fucking screaming.
Yeah.
Now, granted, inside yesterday when I revved it up, you were like, that motherfucker's loud.
It's loud as fuck.
But I mean, inside it's not bad.
Yeah. No, it's super fucking loud.
So we're going to have to get some good videos this week of the Porsche.
I'm gonna, while we're sitting
What
here.
is it? Rimac?
Rimac?
The Rimac?
Yeah. What were we doing while you were sitting here?
I'm going to try a fucking experiment while we're sitting here. I'm going to see how well this sounds going into the mic.
Is it Pornhub?
Right to hear.
All right, here we go. Here's I videoed your startup on the McLaren yesterday. Wait for it. Yes.
Yeah.
But, you know, I will say standing there, like, when you gunned it, it fucking like, I was like, Jesus, it fucking startled me. It was loud as a motherfucker back there.
I don't know what it is. I talk about getting a Ferrari all the time, mainly because my wife wants one, and I keep in my head think the ability to get more roadhead is up tremendously. But then that car is so much fun. And there's a lot of women out there who hear, oh, my husband wants a supercar, a hypercar, blah, blah, blah. I'm not letting him get that. He'll fucking cheat on me. Ladies, I got some news for you right now. Your man's going to get more men than women if he gets a hypercar. The dude will push his chick out of the way to come look at your fucking supercars.
Yeah.
They're like, bitch, move. You know, you rarely have that chick who's leaning out the window. Now, when I had a Corvette, dude, all the time. A Corvette's like, maybe that's why they drive slow. They're like,
They're just
dude,
looking for fucking.
I'm just
snack.
here to see. I'm just here to see bitches' titties.
Yeah.
That's all.
Not here to race.
Yeah, I didn't buy this to fuck with you.
Yeah.
I bought it for the titties.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, not to beat a dead horse, but every fucking time, with the exception of last night, and one other fucking time, I bet I've run into probably in the upwards of 40, maybe 50 fucking Corvettes in the last, since winter ended. And none of them wanted to do anything about it. But have you guys run into any C8s out in town that are fucking willing to go? Have you come across any?
I haven't found anything other than your car that wants to go. Nobody wants to race me. And I've tried. Well, there is Tyler with the motorcycle. Yeah. And I need to do that this next weekend.
I've been talking about that for a while.
Well, if my shit ain't in the shop, his is in the shop. Now mine's back. So,
well, now his will be in the shop.
But he can't see at night. He's like, oh man, we got a race between 5 a.m. and 7. It's like, what the fuck? Who does that?
So you can get breakfast afterwards, I guess.
Fucking go to Sizzler.
Yeah, no, we got to get that shit on video because he's got the S1000RR that's modded, right?
Yeah, he's got the exact same bike you got, but he's got a full Yoshimura titanium exhaust, tune. It's got a strap front for drag racing, and there's something else done to it. I can't remember.
Has he dragged 60 to 130s?
He hasn't 60 to 130, or if he has, he hasn't told me. And it's supposed to be 212 horsepower. Now, I did a little math earlier, and which it was a struggle. So that bike, power to weight ratio, it has 2.15 horsepower per pound.
God damn.
That's moving, right? You want to know what the McLaren's is?
No, wouldn't it'd be the opposite, right? It's 2 point whatever pounds per horsepower.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, right.
But still.
So the McLaren is 3,200 divided by
4,000.
Bitch, you can't count my weight. 3.2.
So it's a full unit of measure over then. So yeah, I mean, like on paper it should be faster, but we all know they're not.
I mean, still rider and driver.
Yeah. Well, that, and it just, I mean, every bike I've ever raced, power to weight ratio, it was in their favor, but I've beat every fucking one of them,
Yeah.
So.
Well, you got traction, and you got all these guys who, if they don't race their shit, like if I were to take your bike right now and I go race somebody with it not being strapped down, it's 1,000cc motorcycle. So what's it going to do? It's going to start pulling up.
Yeah.
What do you got to do to stop that? You got to let off throttle.
Yeah.
Or you got to know how to drive it.
Yeah. Or
if you strap it, what it does is it compresses the springs and pushes them down. So the way to get it in a wheelie, you almost have to throttle and pull at the same time to relieve the stretch or the compression. It makes it harder, but it also should be linked and lowered to do that. And of course, if I got that Hayabusa, mine would be all that, because I'm not a fan of wheelies on the highway anymore. But yeah, if you go against someone like him who knows he's got it strapped, he knows how to ride.
Yeah.
He's prepared for all that versus the average Joe.
Yeah.
They're not pulling over, strapping their bike, doing things like that.
Yeah. I mean, technique is for sure a much, much bigger factor on a bike than it is in a car, especially nowadays. I mean, that 911 has a good example. I mean, from a confidence inspiration standpoint, that thing is, I don't think there's probably a car out there that inspires as much confidence as that thing does, or is as easy to drive with that kind of power and still handle it and really be able to push it the way that it can be pushed. But
I've said this over and over. I said it yesterday in your garage. If you line up even your twin turbo R8, you line up my McLaren and you line up that Porsche and take the speed straight line out of it, I'm gonna jump in that Porsche if you give me the keys to them and say, take whichever you want. All right, bro, here's the keys to the McLaren. I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to take the.
Same here.
It's just a fun fucking car.
Yeah. No, it's an absolute fucking blast to drive, man.
The GT4s, you know, the 718 GT4, we've been talking about it, and I've been watching a ton of reviews on it. And all the reviewers say the manual transmission's horrible, and wait till next year. The PDK is coming out as a free upgrade. So they're going first, second, sixth in the manual. So, I mean,
it's
a total fucking waste.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So I'm telling you right now, I want one of those just to track.
Yeah.
Just to take out and track the shit out of that car.
Yeah.
I love going to car meets. I love park up front, love doing all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I bought my car to drive it, to meet people, hang out, but drive it. So if I meet some people who, hey, I don't want to tear my car up. Okay. Hey, we're fixing to take this car out and go fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Y'all want to come?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all put in $100 on some tires and we're down.
We're going.
We're going to go fuck this car up. That's fun. Tearing up a fucking $300,000 car.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know if I said it on any of the episodes, but you know, comparing the R8 to the 911, similarly, like it's like a runway model versus a fucking porn star. You know, is that not that there's a huge disparity in price, but the feeling of like fragility almost, with just wanting to be really careful, feeling like you need to be more careful with it. And then you jump in the 911 and it just screams, fuck me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, it really does. Like it begs you to just hammer the fucking shit out of it.
You know that's your next Twitter clip, right?
It should be.
Yeah, fucking should be. That's the best fucking car analogy I've ever fucking heard. You damn sure ain't hearing that on Top Gear.
Well, you should. That's the problem with Top Gear.
Yeah, you fucking should hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitches should have went to Hulu.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. Y'all got anything else? Cars y'all want to talk about?
I mean, shit, I could talk all day about
it.
But,
going back to it was a C8 that I did race.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
In what?
In my old truck.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell me about your truck. I don't know shit about it.
It's F100 67, and it's got a 390 in it, bored over, I think it's 50, 60. And we haven't put it on there yet, but we got a 200 shot of nitrous.
Oh, no shit.
That we're going to throw to it someday, probably blow it up. But I mean, those trucks, I don't know how much they weigh, but having that big of a motor in it, they're so light that they just take off.
Yeah. God, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
You got to bring
it's
that shit
two-toned,
next time.
isn't it?
Drive that motherfucker over here next time.
I will. Funny story. So my daughter had her birthday, and we did a drive-by parade. And so I had the truck parked out front so everybody could see it when they drove by. Well, we've never filled it up with gas before all the way to the top. Well, we did this time, and we realized the seal does not hold. So he's over, and didn't you get your McLaren that night?
Yeah.
Yeah. I go outside to kind of show him the truck. We're waiting on the car to get there. When we walk around, he's like, it smells like gas. He's like, well, look at this. And it has done run down the side of the truck. And it's bubbled up in the paint. The gas is behind it, all bubbled up.
So I grabbed my cigarette lighter to take a closer look.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm fixing to wipe it. And he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, he takes a little knife and pops it. And I mean, yeah, it's two-tone back there. It's actually came back a lot now. But
I told you, give it time and the solvent will pop. But there's nothing like being able to take a knife to your friend's fucking car. You know, like,
yeah,
I got this. Fucking stab
I was
his
like, yeah,
paint.
do whatever.
Yeah.
Then I'm out there siphoning gas through a garden hose.
I felt like every chick that got cheated on.
But yeah, I'll have to drive it over so you can check it out, man.
I'd love to see it. I do have one fucking thing that, so JP came over. Quick shout out to JP Euro. The dude's been fucking above and beyond, like just setting the standard in terms of customer service. That guy, really goes out of his way, to accommodate all of his clients. But I mean, it's a fucking Sunday morning and the dude shows up at my house because I sent him a video of this error message that came on when I was racing a Mustang last night, and put it basically put it in limp mode and said, your all-wheel drive is fucked up, your traction control isn't working, and to, go get it checked out, basically. And I turned the car off, turned it back on, and it went away and was driving just fine. But he was like, I'm going to come over and scan it and drive it. And and whatever. And I mean, just the fact that he's willing to do that on a Sunday morning is pretty special, I think, within the car industry. But I was telling him about how fast it was burning through meth. And he said, well, we can use windshield wiper fluid. I was like, motherfucker, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I had no fucking idea. I've never heard of that. But I was like, well, why the fuck aren't we using that from scratch? This shit's $10 a gallon.
So I wanted to tell you that, but I couldn't remember if it was factual.
Yeah. Like an old wives' tale shit.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm pretty sure you can use windshield. I'm not going to tell him that because he'll go to fucking AutoZone, buy some, blow his car up. He's like, I don't know why the fuck you put fucking soap in your car, dude.
I mean, he said he'd have to retune it and, and take it in for a day or two to really tweak it and make it be able to run off of it. But it's, I guess it works comparably, which to me is crazy.
I think if I remember reading right, and I ran the windshield wiper fluid in my Corvette, it was quicker than the snow performance, but you had to run, it was a certain one that was better. It wasn't like Rain-X, so you didn't get bugs in your injectors. It was, it was something else, like some cheap shit.
Yeah.
It was the $1 whatever for a gallon.
Fucking Walmart.
Yeah, the junky ass shit.
Heavy alcohol based.
Yeah, something like that, and it was badass.
Trip. That's cool.
But if you do use Rain-X, you'll seal your injectors. It'll be great.
It's like we run denatured alcohol in our Grand National.
Yeah.
Shoots it in the turbo. I think it's at 3,200 RPMs.
Yeah.
I think it's like a rocket then.
That's awesome.
Does it want to race?
I told you before, it was over there that day.
I would have raced it then. My shit was stock.
It'd give you a head start.
Your father-in-law's always like, you're fucking crazy as fast as you go.
Yeah.
I want to bring up something. It has to do with track, but not racetrack. Have y'all looked at these track and field bitches lately? The ones going for the Olympics?
Is it on lately?
No, I haven't even.
I don't
Yeah, you got
fucking
my
know.
attention. What's this?
I tell you what, Zach, go on YouTube right now
Yeah.
and
Get
look
on there.
up female track and field qualifiers.
And Google track and field bitches.
And I promise you, I was not on Pornhub this time.
I mean, I've seen them before, but
Seriously, I mean, your daughter, she wrestles and stuff like that, but if I'm assuming she wrestles in something that don't show ass cheeks like this on.
no, I mean they're in singlets, like it's
they're still. I would say
they at least go down to fucking mid thigh.
Yeah, mid thigh. Yeah,
no, these girls are running fucking bikini bottoms basically.
dude, I sat there and watched, and my wife walks in. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm fucking
Podcast research.
I'm watching the qualifying here. I'm really think America has a shot, and it's fucking in Argentina and shit. And ain't America even up there.
Imagine that Brazil and Argentina got your attention.
Yeah, the main ones. Yeah, it's like watching Swiss for swimsuits.
Oh shit.
It's kind of nutty the way they dress now. I'm wanting to see how. Have you found it, Zach?
No.
Well, it's like
Well, I thought you were kidding. And
He's
then
over here on the
you
ones and
mentioned
twos,
singlets
fucking-
and ass cheeks.
Fucking Zach's over here. Hands just disappeared. Talking about, I got it. I found it.
One hand on the keyboard.
Yeah.
it's like even you watch volleyball on TV when it's on.
Yeah.
Especially that beach volleyball shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Well, see-
two-piece bikini.
My wife was going to go to college and play volleyball. And I mean, she got to ask for it. So I was like, shit, yeah. So one of her kinky school deals is she puts on her volleyball outfit, and I let her slap my balls.
That's coming shortly on YouTube, by the way.
Yes. It'll be two little dots, so you'll barely see it, but she'll probably just be hitting her fucking purse. So I picked something up on yours, and I thought it was pretty funny. What the hell are y'all's favorite movies? That shit we never talk about. We talk about cars and silly shit, but what the fuck are your favorite movies and why?
God damn, man, that's tough. To me, it honestly, it depends on what fucking mood I'm in. But to me, in the same vein as what you're into, 80s movies, like, I hate to sound like the old guy, but they really just don't make them like they used to.
Well, there's a movie, and I think you were messaging me, and I was like, dude, I can't be fucking with you right now. I'm watching Top Gun. I don't give a fuck what the hell can be going on. I could have just found out my wife's fucking somebody else, and I'm scrolling through Stars or something and fucking Top Gun's on, that bitch is going to have to wait for me to yell at her for a good hour and a half, 2 hours. Because, you know, I got to see Goose. You know, I just got to see all that shit. And it was amazing how he became a doctor after that head injury.
He got to mourn his death.
Yeah. Turn it off, you know, go
root against Iceman.
Yeah.
No, it is a fucking great movie. But, you know, all of those, like, you know, Rambo and fucking Indiana Jones and Commando and just that, like 80s, man, I've talked about this before on my show, is the, like, those TV series and movies back then, I think inspired a generation of guys our age to go, you know, serve their country or fucking be cops or
not be
pussies. You know, be outdoorsmen and have a fucking sack where they don't have to ask their wife to pull their fucking balls out of her purse to fucking use them. And, you know, so to me, like just that whole era of both TV shows and movies is my favorite. Like for me, it's impossible to pick. Even fucking Back to the Future is one of my favorites. I mean,
well, think about it.
I like watching those.
Could you have a show nowadays called TJ fucking Hooker?
Hell no.
No,
dude, go watch Blazing Saddles.
People.
Oh no, you can't watch fucking Blazing Saddles.
Dude, the fucking old time, what is it? Not Strike and Reel, but
Sundance?
No, it's down in fucking Terrell. It's Film Alley, it's called.
Oh,
they play old fucking. They played Blazing Saddles. We went and watched it. There was like 3 other people in the movie theater, but I was watching it, man. I took my kids, and they're like every 30 seconds they're looking over at me with their mouths open, like, did they really just fucking say that? Like,
well, it's like the Django.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the press?
Django.
Django. But did you ever watch how uncomfortable it was for the actors? And they're sitting there, and they said basically Jamie Foxx had to come up and say, dude, it's a movie. I get what we're doing. Y'all just speak freely.
Yeah.
You know, that would be awkward as shit.
That would be awkward as fuck.
One of my favorites, I've told you, is Top Gun. Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds does shit where he just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, oh, Walt Disney owns us? How about he goes and fucks himself? You know, and then he goes into a movie where they're just cussing and, you know, he's talking about his little penis when he's got half his body cut off and shit. And it's like, that's fucking awesome.
That is good
What the hell are some of your favorite movies?
Man, you're going to make fun of me probably, but.
Rest assured, not probably.
Yeah. I like Dazed and Confused. That was a good movie, you know, and then American Graffiti, shit like that. But I did like, what was that other Tom Cruise movie? Days of Thunder. I like that one.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say some fucking bullshit.
Vampire Diaries.
I loved Cocktail.
Vampire. What the fuck movie was that? Just Interview with the Vampire.
Interview with a Vampire.
Great movie. No, I never saw it.
Critically acclaimed, phenomenal film.
Yeah.
Character development's just insane. Shut up.
So, the beauty of having a decent-sized TV in your house and you watch a remastered Top Gun, Tom Cruise has some busted-ass teeth.
Yeah.
That dude had summer teeth.
Yeah.
Somewhere over here, somewhere over there. His shit was messed up in Top Gun.
They were messed up for a while. He didn't get them fixed.
His shit damn sure looked like a hashtag.
Aren't they making another Top Gun?
Fuck yeah, they are. It was supposed to come out this past July.
It was supposed to be this year. Fucking Corona.
Fucking Corona.
Thanks a lot, government.
Yep.
Fuckers.
Yeah, this fucking. So I wanted to see Top Gun 2 so bad. Like, I'll be at that. If that motherfucker comes out at midnight, you can bet your ass I won't be at work tomorrow.
Yeah. You won't be at work
tomorrow. You don't go to work anyway.
You know what I'm saying.
But if I did work, then I wouldn't be there.
I would not.
If I did, I wouldn't be there. Yeah, so fuck that shit.
Zach, favorite movie?
Oh, God. Okay, good. Now I got a chance. Yeah, probably Back to the Future, honestly.
Fucking A.
That movie's so good.
My man.
That movie is so tight, start to finish. It's like 90 minutes.
You had me until you said tight.
Yeah. It's so good.
It is.
Also, I dig that Big Lebowski.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
You know what's nice about movies in the 80s? Like, they weren't made by committee.
No.
There wasn't a bunch of accountants like, oh, what'll ring with audiences in theaters. It's just like a bunch of dudes who were like, what can we make? All right, I like this comic book back in the day. Let's make Indiana Jones. That'll be cool.
And you watch stuff, like I like watching old rerun shit, you know, even syndicated TV shows and shit, you know, and you watch it on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
You know, what is it? Adult Swim or whatever comes on every now and then. Mm-hmm. They're saying, they're making fun of gay people. They're making fun of black people. They're making fun of white people. They're making fun of Hispanics. And you know what you didn't hear? You didn't hear nobody rioting. You didn't hear nobody complaining.
Yeah.
You know what? People just got the fuck up and did whatever they were going to do the next day because it didn't hurt their sensitive ass feelings.
Yeah.
You know, but it was more making fun of the gay people and white people more than anything.
Yeah.
And I don't see less gays around. I don't see less white people around. And their shit couldn't air today.
Oh, I know.
You know? not in a new NBC, ABC, Fox thing.
Yeah.
You know, it could air on cable, you know, but
Yeah.
even then, some of the cable shows are real.
Yeah, no, I mean, to Zach's point, like I think society is that way, whether it's advertisements, I mean, music, same thing. Like everything is so checks and balanced and peer reviewed and fucking stonewashed to ensure that, you know, every box is checked and, you know, make sure that this group isn't going to fucking have an issue with it. You know, and again, even music, like, I mean, if especially like, you know, I'm using air quotes, rock and roll, like if you listen to like on Sirius channel 37 or 41, like most of the new bands nowadays, like same whore, different dress.
Yeah.
It all sounds exactly the fucking same. It's all, you know, digitally fucking enhanced, you know, same type of, you know, auto-tuned fucking perfect everything voice-wise. And it all just sounds the exact fucking same. Like there's no originality and no personality to it at all. You know, and growing up, I know you and I are the same age. How old are you?
32.
Yeah. So you and Zach are a little younger than we are, but I mean, growing up in the 90s, like, when I was in high school, fucking, you know, that's when Nirvana, you know, was big, and fucking Soundgarden and, you know, Pearl Jam and all these bands that like have such fucking,
they all had their own sound.
You know, yeah, just flavor and personality and they were distinguishable, you know, and they were all equally fucking brilliant. You know, it was all recorded, you know, in a studio, but live with no fucking bullshit helping it out. And it was awesome. And it's just not that fucking way anymore. But movies are very much that same way.
What would happen if Ozzy Osbourne today, 2020, or we'll say 2021, jumped on stage and bit the head off a fucking bat?
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably be in fucking prison. PETA'd have his ass.
PETA would have his ass, and if that bat was black,
Oh,
motherfuckers would lose their shit.
They'd be riding everywhere.
And you could bet your ass the first thing they're doing is riding at a motherfucking jewelry store, the Best Buy, because you want to have a bigger TV when you make it on the news.
Target.
You know, you got to see shit like.
They're going to hit Target up.
Society just came to be just a bunch of bitches, and this was all just because I want to know y'all's favorite fucking movies. So
it's all connected.
Oh yeah, I mean it's society's changed so fucking much. I remember when shit was fun. I mean, your kids acted up, you fucking spank them. You know, if I would have told I do remember telling my dad, hey, I'm going to call CPS. He said, them motherfuckers got to get here. You know? And my dad was an asshole. I think we talked about this, the rotary phone.
Yeah.
You know, because that motherfucker didn't want you having shit easy in life, you know? So he had a rotary. I'm surprised the motherfucker wasn't a payphone. You know, talking about you go vacuum, I'll let you make a call.
You know, we tried that too, and he threw us the phone book. He's like, call him.
Yeah.
See how good you got it here, you know?
Yeah. I remember one time in Chattanooga telling him, I'm going to call 911. He said, good. Make sure you tell him Chuck is the motherfucker beating the shit out of you right now. I was like, bitch.
Got us again.
Yeah. I was quick as fuck, though. He couldn't catch me around that acre. When I got tired, that motherfucker got me. But, yeah, so kids are just fucking different now. They're just weaker. I tried to raise my kid with some discipline, and I spanked her ass. When she fucked up, she lied to me. There's a couple things in life I can't take, and it's fucking lying. I can get over a lot of shit, but don't fucking lie to me, you know? And she lied to me 2 times, and it became to where I spanked her, not hard enough to do anything, but hard enough to hurt her feelings, you know? And it got to where even to when she was 18 years old, she'd come over and she'd sit down. Dad, I messed up. What'd you do? Well, I did this and this, and it was just bad. That shit ain't bad. When I was your age, I was stealing cigarettes, selling them bitches at church. What you did was good, you know? And I had a guy tell me, oh, man, you're full of shit. And he met my brother the other day, and he's, yeah, when me and Matt was 8 years old stealing cigarettes from Eckerd, selling them bitches at church. I told y'all, motherfucker. I was an entrepreneur, motherfucker.
You're the reason they got cigarettes behind the counter now.
Oh, dude, exactly. So my
Son of a
dad,
bitch.
my stepmom caught us.
Okay. At church or at Eckerd's?
Oh, no, she caught us at the house.
Oh.
2 brown paper sacks. You remember back in the day when all we had was a big paper sack?
Yeah.
Them bitches were
covers.
mounded up of tobacco. Copenhagen, fucking Swisher Sweets. I mean, if we could fit that bitch in our motherfucking parachute pants, they was in there. And my dad took us to jail, to the adult jail for that shit. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I was sitting there because, fuck, Again, we grew up in the 80s. What'd you do when you were in jail on fucking TV in the 80s? You took your cup, ran that bitch across the bars, right? We're in there with a bunch of fucking adults. And here's a cup. You know, I'm fucking, let me go. Yeah, them fucking old people like, we'll pay his fucking bail. Get him the fuck out of there. He don't even have one. His dad put him in here.
That's fucking trip.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, I got a serious ass question for y'all. And amazingly, I got this from my wife. Did you people know that they put butt plugs in dead bodies so the fucking shit don't ooze out?
Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't know. How the fuck does your wife know that?
Yeah.
Where do you think she got her first butt plug?
From the fucking morgue?
Yeah, from the morgue.
Did you get a discount on it, or
Yeah, it was used.
Slightly. Gently used.
Yeah, it's weird. The motherfucker had fluid on it and
we're gonna have a
everything.
ton of people going to the funeral
Dude,
homes
no
now.
shit. No shit, they do that.
Yeah.
Huh? Like, I mean, they're not like, it's not like a diamond encrusted one or a horsehair fucking butt plug, right? Like some
squirrel
kinky
tail.
weird shit.
That would be cool if you could BYOP when you die.
Fucking diamond
bring your
butt
own.
plug.
I guess it'd be BYOBP. Bring your own butt
I
plug.
bet the bereaved can request that.
Yeah. I'd like to
In
have
my
the purple
casket.
one with
Yeah.
the glitter on it.
With the fucking My Little Pony
But that,
hair plug coming out of it.
but think about it, because they're talking about this shit. I can't remember who and her and someone else are talking about this. I'm like, are you fucking serious? So I Google it and I'm like, this is fucking real. So I Google, are they sized?
What? Are they sized?
Well, think
Like
about
We
it.
different
got
sizes
different
for different-
people.
Some people are going to need bigger ones.
Yeah. I mean, do they just fuck it, man? It's been tough lately. Just order the extra larges. We ain't fucking sticking none of those small butt plugs in nobody's ass right now. We'll just slice that asshole open a little bit
Here's
more.
the other thing. You're dead. So, I mean, you might as well just go big on everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yeah. So if any of y'all die before me, you can guarantee if I have to speak at your fucking funeral, that's going to be in my fucking eulogy for
He
you.
has
roll
a
him
plug
over
in.
and-
Right, yeah, roll.
I just want to let y'all know the last person to get fucked in here.
Yeah.
This
This guy.
guy.
This guy right here.
You got to take it in the ass
Yeah.
even when you're dead.
Yeah, talk the fucking mortician into fucking let you down there, take a picture of him sticking a butt plug up his ass. Got him.
And then you got that'll be.
That'll
I'm
show up
gonna
in the-
put. I'm
in
gonna
the
put that in
slide.
my will. Is you got to show the video of me getting
What
my
that-
fucking ass plug.
Think
shoved
about
in.
it. I don't go to funerals much, and the reason is I'm one of them weird people. I don't go to hospitals and shit like that. Even when my dad was finally passing away, I went and seen him while he was in the bed and all that, but I didn't go. I didn't go and do all the crazy shit. And it's because I want to remember people how they are. So you think about this. You're at your funeral, of course you are because you're dead.
Yeah.
But people are at your funeral and they're like, oh man, I'm going to go up there. I'm going to look at him one more time. He's going to look so different with makeup on. But then you got this asshole who's talking about, man, I remember this time like it was yesterday. Matt got a butt plug stuck up his ass. Check it out. And you play it on the back of the screen. And
Just
instead
like
of
It's gonna lighten the mood. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's gonna laugh.
that's the picture going to be stuck in your motherfucking head
Not
the
that
rest
one,
of your
yeah.
life. Not the motherfucker down here has makeup on and deep down behind his lips, some motherfucker used fish hooks and shit and sewed his mouth shut. But the fact that the motherfucker put a picture up of an ass plug getting shoved in him fucking right before.
Well, it's either going to lighten the mood or it's going to fucking clear it out. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the.
Oh, someone's going to whip your ass. Don't go to the after funeral. I know it ain't called an after party, but with the,
Don't go to the food and
yeah, don't go to
there.
that. You better bring your own motherfucking Subway. Eat your sandwich on the
You
way
might as well
home.
just leave after you say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dead people and butt plugs.
Yeah. So that's just food for thought. I just want y'all to know that fucking dead people have butt plugs stuck in them. So everybody at the fucking right now in the grave has a butt plug stuck in them. So they went out with a blaze of fucking glory.
Yeah, so now imagine right, the human race is extinct and aliens come and they dig all these fucking, it's just a skeleton with a fucking ass plug sitting in there and they're like, dude, these kinky motherfuckers buried their dead with ass plugs.
But it goes to show some of these people have these fucking I died
Oh,
deals,
yeah.
and then they're usually the same people. I was abducted by an alien. No, the mortician was sticking a butt plug up your ass. You didn't get fucking anal probe.
Yeah, it's just to make sure they're dead. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Do they do that before they sew their mouth up? I mean, because
I hope not.
if you sew the mouth up and I mean you just stick a butt plug up them and they're fucking not dead, all you hear is there ain't no fuck, there ain't
Joke's on you, motherfucker.
yeah. Yep, too late now,
shouldn't
bitch.
have played hurt, bitch.
Yeah, that's what you get for getting a participation award, you fucking pussy. Okay, so another thing I want to bring up, and something else we talked about, social media. What do you guys think about social media nowadays? Granted, we're fucking filming a podcast for YouTube and social fucking media.
Well, I mean, to me, it's like with most things, it's a double-edged sword, and B, it takes balance, you know, to use it properly. You know, there's some amazing things that come out of it. I think
like butt plugs,
just like what we talked about. You know, there are huge benefits to it. To me, at least from my experience, and I think yours is the same, is that, you know, to be able to start a business, you know, from scratch and build a presence online through social media to where, you know, you have clients and customers all over the world, you know, without having to market it from a traditional marketing standpoint, budget wise. You know, it doesn't cost anything really other than your time and you know, yeah, if you boost or sponsor posts or whatever, but it's not that traditional, like needing a fucking marketing company and taking out ads in newspaper or TV or radio or whatever. And so just that alone is that it's spawned and created an entire generation of self-made entrepreneurs that would have never been able to do that, you know, the traditional way. And so from that standpoint, I think it's great, as well as being able to keep in touch with or you know, rekindle, you know, relationships with people that maybe haven't seen since high school or whatever. Being able to find people, family, friends, whatever, I think is pretty neat too. The downside is I think it creates a false sense of reality, or a false perception of reality for a lot of people, especially young people. Because everything that they see is the brochure of what it actually is, you know, and so you create this impossible fucking criteria that's never going to be met, which ultimately leads to kids having really fucking low self-esteem and having no self-worth because that they grow up thinking that they're just completely or woefully fucking inadequate to the people that they like and follow and are interested in. That in conjunction with, you know, from a sexual predator standpoint is that, you know, it's opened up a ton of fucking avenues for these twisted, dirty old fucks to try to solicit minors. Now, the one upside is that, you know, it makes it easier for them to do that, but it also makes it a lot easier to catch them doing it too. Yes. So there is, you know, some trade-off with that. But so, you know, like I said, I think, you know, it's an amazing platform, but you've got to be smart about how you use it. It needs to be a little more regulated, I think. And I'm for sure more on the libertarian standpoint as it relates to politics. But I do think that there needs to be, you know, some semblance of regulation from a content standpoint, and it's a slippery slope. It's a tough decision to make as far as how to do it and who's in charge of doing it. But I do think that you've got to have some mechanism in place. I just think, you know, in the same tradition as you know, it being balanced, as whoever is in charge of monitoring it or censoring it, that needs to be balanced as well, and needs to be a broad enough spectrum of people where it doesn't turn into almost a monopoly, which, I mean, that's what it is now, right? You know, between Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, you know, and even I would say TikTok, you know, those are arguably the four biggest platforms in existence, which all are pretty similar in terms of, you know, what their ideologies are and who they don't want to hear from, and certain things that they censor because they disagree with it or whatever. And you know, to me, if you're going to do that, fine, but you've got to do it across the board. Like, you've got to hire a contingency of people that you disagree with, you know, that are going to help balance out that perspective, you know, because it is pretty fucking lopsided right now, and I think that's dangerous. But
so what you're telling me is, I agree with everything you said there. On the social media platform, something that I find weird, and I think this is something you touched on, is the false security of some people they think they have 40,000 friends or they have 10,000 friends, and they go out in the real world and they don't. Yeah. What's weird to me is you have friends who pretend to support you on social media, and these are your actual fucking friends. You know, the people that want to go to dinner and want to do things like that with you. But if you were to be able to look on a lot of social medias and platforms, So if you go from Facebook to Instagram to even YouTube, you know how many of those are the exact same follower going from each one of them? You can watch it teardrop down to less and less. It's like, bitch, I already know enough about you from fucking following you on YouTube or following you on Facebook. I know as much as I want to know about you. I don't want to support you in anything else. I just want to know enough to know what the fuck you're doing with every part of your life.
Yeah.
You know, and Instagram, I think's made it even worse because now you do a quick picture, you know, hey, I'm here with the wife, or I'm here with the girlfriend, I'm here with the dog, the daughter, and everything else. So people don't support you as much anymore. The one downside to owning a business, but the plus, like you said, you get people who don't know you from shit.
Yeah.
Come start supporting your business.
Yeah.
And you get the false securities of these nosy motherfuckers all in your business.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah. No, I am pretty particular about what I post on there versus not, and have kind of my own personal boundaries that I adhere to, and really don't budge on them. You know, but I think that really is the key for as an individual, if you own your own business, or just if you are your own brand, is know what your boundaries and kind of right and left flank are, and stick to that, you know. But you've got to know what that is. Like if you're just posting shit willy-nilly and you don't really have any concept of what you want to share or not share or whatever for the long game, big picture, that's to me, that's a recipe for fucking disaster.
I used to be the guy, and we talked about this on the show before, is in the car show world, I was known as an asshole, which I kind of am. I mean, I'll fucking tell you how it is. If you don't like it, fuck you. You know, I don't need you in my life that much. I'm not accepting friend applications right now, so fuck off. But the way people are, it's just so fucking weird. They want you to be an asshole in person. They want you to do this. They want you to do that. But I used to be that person. If you posted on there, your truck looks like shit or your car looks like shit, I'd be that person, man, fuck you, you know, and I'd go back and forth with you. Now it's getting to where, thanks, man.
Who gives a shit?
Thanks for looking. You know, when you get negative comments on YouTube or whatever, hey, man, your show sucks ass. Hey, man, I appreciate you watching those 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, one of the richest guys on YouTube, he did a figure. It was PewDiePie. He did a figure on how much money he made off dislikes and bad comments. And it was like fucking $2 million, $3 million. Yeah. YouTube helped him figure it out.
Yeah.
And it was like, this dude made $2-3 million and he won't remove it. He'll just put thank you, or he don't respond.
Yeah.
He made $2 to $3 million off people hating him.
Yeah.
So how bad is life when you're making fucking that much money off hate?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. All these sites are driven by engagement, right? You got to like or you got to comment, and that's how you succeed. Yep. So the best way to do that is either get people to love you so much that they can't wait to say how much they love you, or to absolutely despise you and be like, you suck, you're the worst. Guess what? Ad dollars don't care. Like, that's the same. The views of you.
PewDiePie found that the negatives on YouTube were just as important, sometimes even more important, because you made it to a poll where more people fucking hated you.
Yeah.
So at the end of the year, you got it on worst fucking video.
Yeah. Have any of you guys seen Social Dilemma on Netflix? Dude, that shit's fucking gnarly. Yeah. And I'm sure, like with everything, there's probably some agenda to it that's not face value, you know, that's, you know, behind the scenes or whatever. But you know, so much of what they talk about, I think, is just understanding the perspective of you are the fucking, you know, the customer basically. Mm-hmm. And, you know, basically what, you know, you facing or staring into the screen, every fucking thing you watch, everything you like, everything you fucking Google search, you know, whatever is being kept track of. And, you know, between AI and just, you know, data logging, like they know so much about you based on what all those patterns are. And, you know, you've got to at least be aware of that, A, and B, be cognizant that, you know, that has an impact, you know, and, but it's just like the science behind these companies and how they structure their sites and just, you know, again, just the science behind it is fucking, I mean, it's mind bending.
I can't find it on my iPad right now, but like you were saying about the AI, the tracking and stuff like that, a lot of people have seen it on Facebook and things like that. Matter of fact, my phone now, when you go to your Google search, please don't pop Pornhub. Please don't pop Pornhub.
Please pop Pornhub.
Okay, but look, what I've been looking at and what we just talked about, motorcycles and TRX, that's on my Google search.
Yeah.
I mean, right there.
Yeah.
I haven't searched a TRX in a while.
But it's
because I already fucking ordered one. I don't need to search it.
Yeah.
And then these assholes know what type of credit card I have.
Well, that's like when we
freaky.
get done with these podcasts, and sometimes you're driving home, or you get home, look at Facebook. You've got ads for different cars that we've talked about. And
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, I had a buddy. He was super paranoid, and he was telling me that we were on the way to. I think it was my first SEMA, and it's me and him up late. We're doing the full drive. We left at 8:00 at night, and it's like 3 a.m. Everybody else is asleep, and he looks over at me and he says, "They're tracking us." What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
They're fucking tracking us. Who are you fucking talking about? And he tells me, he said, "Man, watch. Let's talk about McDonald's for a minute. What's your favorite thing about McDonald's?" And we got to talking about it. I'm like, "Man, you got to get a Big Mac. You take that center bun, you throw that motherfucker out the window." And he's like, "Well, why don't you just order it without?" Say, "Man, shut the fuck up. I paid for that center bun. I want to throw it the fuck away." So it gets into that. And then I'm like, "What the fuck are we talking about McDonald's for at 3 a.m? And so he pulls up his phone, and on Facebook was a McDonald's ad.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Dude, you could have been fucking searching McDonald's, and you just trick fuck me into fucking talking about McDonald's for 5 fucking minutes."
Pick something.
So I go to my Facebook. Boom. Fucking McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "But they ain't talking about Big Macs, so you're full of shit."
I was talking about throwing the bun
That
out.
shit's talking about an apple pie, bitch. I don't even like those. But it's just so weird how they follow you and the shit nowadays. Social media is going to eventually take over. So this just goes to show y'all that Arnold Schwarzenegger in the 80s was 100% right when he did Terminator.
Yeah.
We're all going to fucking die
by
a robot.
Yeah. I mean, they're actually, that technology of robot soldiers already exists to a degree with which is fucking alarming. And I would say in another 10 years, you'll probably see them legitimately on the fucking battlefield.
Have you seen the AI deal? And I bet you Zach has 100% where they're sitting there and they're talking about, we got to fix these robots where they can take abuse and all that. And they got these guys testing them, and they're in fucking the short sleeve white shirt and a fucking tie. And this fucking robot's walking by carrying a box. Watch, you can't drop it. And they hit that motherfucker with a broom. They do this shit. And it goes on for a couple little memes or whatever it is. And the next thing you know, the fucking robot throws it down and just starts whipping their ass.
Yeah.
Robot can only take so much.
Like what was it, RoboCop? Where the fucking robot fucking turns on during the demo and just starts mowing fucking people down. I mean, that shit is not that far off.
No.
I mean,
Which movie was it with Will Smith? Was it iRobot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They all turned on them too.
Mm-hmm.
If they're that smart to track everything we're doing already with a computer, I mean, let's face it. What the fuck's something with a gun or a laser going to do?
yeah, same shit.
Yeah.
It'll fucking,
Be like, "Dude,
yeah.
I watched you watching the wrong kind of porn. You got to go."
Yeah.
You know?
You guys see those videos from like Boston Dynamics, right? They're working on robots. You see
Yeah.
them, they like open doors now.
Mhm.
I was like, man, every time I see a new video from them, I get chills. Like, oh God, what can they do now? What's next?
I hope I'm not here when that shit happens.
Shit.
Yeah, because, I mean, no matter how badass your friend is, he ain't Terminator bad.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah. So I'm going to go make a friend with Terminator.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm going
Right?
to rewire it. I'll watch this shit. I know how to do it. The hell else do I want to ask y'all about? You got anything else? Oh, that was it.
Getting back to Instagram, I like using it for photography. Yeah, that too. But I use it, and I've grown my photography business off that, and I don't share too much, kind of like you're saying, family and all. I don't share that.
Yeah, because people are fucking creeping on your fucking personal shit now.
Exactly.
And they don't support your actual business. There are some that do.
Some, but some people just want to see what.
For the most part, they're like,
Make
"Oh
fun of
man,
your shadows and shit."
or they
shit like
fucking
that.
blow up the picture and they're like, "Look at that motherfucker way back in the corner. Who is that blurry motherfucker? Is that Sean?" And fuck him.
Yeah.
He told me he was sick. What the
Yeah,
fuck are you doing there?
Bitch, that's a blob. Shut the fuck up.
Some Ferris Bueller at the baseball game shit.
Yes, that's a good fucking movie.
That's
right
another
there,
fucking
too.
classic.
Yeah.
Damn Ferris Bueller.
That's a good one.
I got one question. What were you going to say? New subject?
New subject, so go ahead.
I just back to the SF90. You and I were talking about it earlier, but I couldn't remember. There was a comment about it not being that fun to drive, though, right, or something. What was the? Can you refresh my memory on that?
Chris Harris said he had drove the F8 and he drove the SF90, and he said although the F8 was a slower car, it was way more fun to drive. Now, so keep that in mind. And a F8 tuned with the new turbos. Not putting new turbos, just the new turbos, because the turbos are stronger than the 488 turbos. tuned downpipe exhaust. They're getting 960 wheel out of one right now.
Jesus fuck. Dude, that's fucking monster.
That right there might outdo my 720. But I don't know. I'm going to be trying to push 1150 here soon. Yeah. But still, a McLaren's known to be fucking weird next level shit. A Ferrari's a gentleman's supercar.
Yeah.
Now, I'm no fucking gentleman, but I would drive the fuck out of that car.
Yeah.
That's taking the prom queen and making her a fucking street walking whore.
Yeah. In all the best ways.
Yeah. I mean, politely.
Yeah.
Like, please take this in your
that
butthole.
You'd still want to introduce to your mom.
Yes.
That's right.
You'd be like
I would not introduce. Did I tell y'all what my mom did to my wife? Man. So my wife, we know my wife's younger. I take her and I say, hey, I don't want you to meet my mom. You know, this was like, we'd just been dating 6 months. I'm like, I don't want you to fucking meet my mom. No, I want to meet your mom. I'm here in Dallas. My mom's a fucking hoarder. The fucking shit you say, I can throw away all the newspaper, and somehow this bitch still goes and finds newspapers from 1980 and puts them bitches stacked back up in there. God, you don't want to meet my mom. Oh, yeah, let's meet her. So it smells like, we go in, it smells like cigarettes and cats.
That's a good mix.
Yeah. And I'm talking.
Aftershave smell like that.
I'm talking motherfucking like, she smokes them long 120 motherfuckers, you know, the motherfuckers.
Misties.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're the Misties.
Slim.
Yeah, them motherfuckers you smoke for like an hour and a half, you know, the bitch just don't stop. So she goes and she's like, hey, Matt, you know, and they're fucking cats over there eating fucking popcorn and shit. And, hey, let me tell you that did I tell you my toenails are falling off? What the fuck? I'm here introducing you to this chick and you want to talk about your toenails falling off? Yeah, hang on, let me show you. This motherfucker goes and gets toenails that done fell off and shows my fucking fiance.
Well, so she was just testing to see if she'd fucking stick around.
I told her, I said, if you show her those toenails, I ain't motherfucking talking to you no more. God, I ain't talked to her ass in fucking 18 months. I still pay her phone bill, and the motherfucker don't call me.
No shit.
Yeah.
You like legit haven't talked to her since then?
No. And my brother messaged me the other day. You talked to mom for Mother's Day? No. And my other brother's like, you know, phones work two ways. You know, she can call out too.
Yeah.
And I messaged back and I was like, I know the phone works, so I just paid her motherfucking bill. Because I pay her fucking phone bill. I pay for her fucking phone. So she can call me if she's got a fucking issue. And he's like, man, I'm tired of fucking with y'all. Shut up, you mama's boy. So
what? Go ahead.
They were dirty toenails.
That's fucking. I
was going to ask, are we talking like full on toenails or just?
Dude,
like
I'm talking
just like a little bit.
So
yeah,
not clippings, like full toenails.
Full fucking
the
toenail.
whole thing.
The whole thing.
Oh shit.
Oh damn.
Yeah, no, she's not collecting dolls in her fucking toenail clippings. That's fucking creepy. I mean, showing
that's
full
creepy.
toenails
That
is
would
fucking
be weird.
creepy.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And she went all the way fucking full retard and grabbed him and started picking her teeth with him.
Now I would have motherfucking stuck around for that because that's fucking funny.
God damn, dude, that's
Just
fucking,
like keep them in like a jar or what?
And that's how, you know, every time me and my wife fucking argue, you know, I'm like, man, you don't support me because she don't listen to the show because I say some off the wall shit. She don't watch my videos because I make fun of her in them. So I'm like, you don't support me, this, that, and the other, but she'll help me pick out all the equipment. And then I sit back and after I'm pissed off, I'm like, my mom showed that bitch some toenails. She loves me.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
Trip.
Yeah, because
It is endearing.
it's not my good looks, and I'm broke, so it's not my small penis.
I'm bringing it back to the fucking SF90 again.
You want to buy one?
Well, no, I'm curious. The F8 tuned downpipe exhaust.
Mm-hmm.
What ballpark? What that costs to do it? Comparing the $625 starting price of the SF90. The Tributo is $300. I mean, to spec it out, how any of us would want is $400.
Yeah, say $400.
Is there $200,000 in mods?
Fuck no.
I mean, is it?
I wouldn't
50?
even say there's 50.
Oh shit.
I would say it's closer to 30.
God damn.
You say you get with Rifeco exhaust, and I'm saying that because they're a great exhaust company who does all my 720 and my Lamborghini. Great company, great exhaust system. But if you do one of those, I want to say it's $12,000.
Wow.
So you do a tune, say a tune 6,000. I'm throwing all this on the high end. Well, the highest end tune I know of is, I can't think of the brand of it, but it's like $8,500. So we're at $20,500. There's no way there's fucking $9,000 in labor to do that.
Yeah. Because I mean, at that point, you're right on par with the SF90.
Yeah.
You know,
so I mean, power wise,
yeah.
but doesn't the F8 weigh more? No, the F8 ain't gonna weigh more than that.
I don't know. I do know that the F8 weighs, I think, 300 pounds more than it says it does, though.
Yeah, because
Drag Times did a.
So it weighed
weight
34,
video.
didn't it?
I don't remember. I think it was like it was. I think it said it weighed 33 and weighed 3,600. It was something like that.
Something weird.
Yeah.
So then that would mean it's about 150 pounds more. But what Chris Harris was saying, the feedback from the electric motors is numb.
Lacking.
Yeah. So it's like driving. What car's really numb and boring to drive besides a fucking Hellcat?
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla.
That shit's boring as fuck.
Yeah. So it's like driving a Tesla. I bet you it's going to be on par with the Taycan.
Yeah.
The Taycan was a fun car to drive. The Turbo S Taycan was very fun to drive when you get that, oh, this is a bad bitch feeling. But I guarantee after a week or two of owning that car, it's just numbing.
Yeah,
you know, it's like.
Yeah, I mean, that's my biggest fucking heartburn with all electric cars is that they lack fucking personality. You know?
Yeah. And the cool thing about the Taycan is it had that electric motor noise you could add to it.
It sounded like the fucking Jetsons.
Yeah, I told him it sounded like fucking Tron blowing a load.
Pretty much.
Optimus Prime coming all over his wife's back.
Yeah. And I told the salesman that. And if you ever go watch the video, the fucking shot is of me telling him that and him fucking laughing his ass off. Maybe that's why I haven't been invited to test drive lately.
We haven't been back since then.
Yeah.
You never know.
But no, that's not true. I almost bought a McLaren from there.
We went and drove the Urus too after that.
Yeah. Drove the Urus after that.
You almost got me pulled over that day.
Yeah, he was doing illegal shit.
To me, the exhaust note, the gearing, the fucking, I mean, all of it, like so much of the car's personality is derived from all of those factors. And with an electric motor now,
you lose that.
It's basically you're just comparing body styles.
And I think that's the one thing I hate, why I always have that weird hate of the 720. I love the car. Every time I drive the car, I fall back in love with it. But when I'm out of it, I remember the exhaust tone isn't as exotic as I want it to be for the amount of money I have in it and the amount of money of the car. And it's not the Rift exhaust that's making that. If anything, it's probably the loudest 720 I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. It's just not exciting.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fun car to drive, and you've drove it. So, you know, you've been in it when I've done some really stupid shit.
Oh yeah.
You've been in it when I went the fastest I've been. You filmed it.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing car. There's no fucking two ways about it.
But like you said, emotion. It's not one of those cars that everybody that sees it loves it, but I don't have that emotional attachment to it every time I talk about it. I love it, and I love the fact that I can fucking race anybody who wants to race.
Yeah.
You know,
beat anybody that wants to race.
And it's like we talked about, I don't race just to win, although when you beat me, I want to fucking go make my shit faster. But, okay, whoop-de-doo, I fucking lost. I don't need a participation award. You had a better car, more money maybe, but at the end of the day, I can go either get faster, or I can get another car and become faster.
Yeah.
A motorcycle isn't the answer. You know, motorcycles are fun to drive, but a motorcycle isn't faster than my car, I don't think.
Yeah.
It could be close. But I mean,
like that H2 stretched and
dude.
You can get bikes that are faster.
Yeah,
but
that's 320 horsepower or some shit
like that. But
and a fucking motorcycle.
That's fucking nuts.
Supercharged.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah. So you stretch that out, but it weighed 524 pounds or some shit.
It's a big heavy.
It's a heavy motherfucker. Yeah. But yeah, it's a supercharger, so I would assume you can change the pulley, drop the pulley size down, become faster. So you're back into the world of, if you have the money, you can be faster, but to love something, which I don't know if there'll ever be a car that this is it, I won't sell this car. When my dad was passing away, he talked about getting a car with me so I wouldn't sell it. And I told him there's only a couple cars that I would buy with you so I wouldn't sell it. And it would just because they're collector cars, you know, like a Lamborghini Aventador SV, which there's less of them than the SVJ. That's the only reason. And I mean, yeah, I'd drive it. I put miles on it, but I wouldn't ever want to sell the car because I got it with my dad, you know, and then he passed away. But there's just not a car out there yet that's been, I have to keep this. You know, this is my forever car. I don't know if there'll ever be a forever car for me.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, the 911 is my most favorite car that I've had to date for sure. You know, much more so than even the R8, as fun as that is. It's that same thing every fucking time I get in it. I am as happy and enjoy it as much as the first time I fucking got in it. Like it's just it's weird, you know. But
it has emotion though. For
sure, it does. It's got a fuck ton of character.
Yeah, and hell, I think the day I drove it, we took that. And I always talk about this curve at 78 in Mexico, 87 in Mexico. That curve, though, I want to say we took that around 110.
Yeah, probably.
Some shit like that. Hell, the other day in the 720, I took it at 170, bringing it home to go to your house.
God damn.
But, I mean, it's a car that can handle it. I would bet that the 911 would take that car better, take that corner at that speed better than mine would.
Yeah, probably.
And it's just, that car has emotion, you know, it has feeling.
Handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made to be a driver's car. Yeah. It's not a, hey, here's a numb fucking car, go fuck yourself. Yeah. You know.
Yep.
And many cars nowadays, that's what they are. They're numb and boring.
Go drive it, park in a parking lot, and look at it.
Yeah. And that's why I can't spend the money that some of these people spend. I would never buy a hypercar. I'd be that asshole that has a hypercar with fucking high miles on it.
Yeah, 40,000 miles on a Bugatti.
Dude, if I'm spending that money, you can bet your ass I'm going to drive it. And not the 20 miles that my insurance allowed me.
Yeah,
no fuck that. I'm going to drive the fuck out of it.
You'd be like that video of that Ferrari doing donuts in the middle of an intersection.
That dude.
Remember that?
Yeah. Because, I mean, I was telling you the other day, I was like, dude, if I ever fucking bust a nut and fucking hit the lottery one time when it's $50 million, I will go buy a Ferrari. A Ferrari, and I'll be the motherfucker looking for exhaust the next day, talking about, say, man, who got exhaust?
Yeah.
Well, nobody. Somebody better fucking make me one.
Fucking make one.
I want it now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will ship this bitch to you, but it better be louder.
Zach, do you have a dream car, or do you just not give a fuck?
You know, so my
Here's
experience.
the thing.
Yeah, so my experience with cars isn't great. So when I was in high school, my dad and I worked on an '84 Jeep CJ7. I was telling Matt about this the other day. Yeah, and that thing had an 86 engine in it. So everything was backwards. Oh my God. And that's about the experience I've got with cars. Every Saturday, senior year, I was out in the garage working on that thing. So I don't have a dream car. But
but you have
and if I could get that shitty piece of Jeep back, man, I'd take it.
That's what's beautiful about cars, though. And we talked about that Wednesday. It's memories of the car. To me, once you get to, and I was asked this last night, is it the chase to get to that car? I have more fun talking to you or Mike, Matt, you know, Zach, anybody about what I'm doing to the car or what I've done to the car and getting to that point than actually driving the car.
It's the hunt. It's like getting laid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty easy.
$20 is $20.
Exactly. And I know where a couple bathhouses are. Speaking of bathhouses, do you guys get massages?
Yeah, I do.
We were talking about this the other day at dinner.
Fucking
yeah, bitch, but we're not at dinner right now.
You were supposed to hook me up with that. And
I'm telling you, dude, a massage, there's a lot of dudes, and I was one of those guys, man. If you get a massage, you're a bitch.
No, I've got my whole adult life.
I try to get one once or twice a month.
Yeah. And
I told you the other day, I messaged, man, I got to let you go. I'm going to get a rub and tug. I don't get a rub and tug. I just get a rub. But, dude, those hot rocks when they use them bitches.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's the deal.
And if you're one of those guys who don't think it's manly to go get a massage, Mike will wrestle you.
That's right. Indian leg wrestle.
Yes.
Indian leg. Greased up.
Yes.
I'll show you how ungay that is.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll fucking grease up.
Exactly.
I'm going to prove how ungay it is by oiled up fucking Indian leg wrestling your ass.
Yeah. Zach, you get massages?
I don't. You got a favorite place? Can you plug them on the show or you tell me after?
I'll tell you after.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Unless they won't give me some money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a place? You probably go to the same place. You don't?
No. Well, so there was a place out in Sulphur Springs that when I lived out there, I would go there not once or twice a month, but a few times a year. But since I've moved closer into Dallas, I actually haven't gotten one. So it's been about a year and a half.
Dude, I got places 10 minutes.
All right.
10 minutes from here.
Amen.
And it's great. I'll even tell you who to use over there.
All right.
Hell. You got anything else?
No.
You got anything?
I'm shit out of luck. I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Well,
And happy Sunday.
I think we're going to wrap up episode 3 right now. We got once a week on the videos. You guys make sure to comment, like, subscribe. Fuck it, dislike. We don't give a shit. Just do something. But talk to us. Let us know what you think of the show. Let us know if Mike sucked. Either of the Matts suck. Let us know what you think about Zach. You can't see him, and you're welcome.
I'm gonna outdo all of you next time I have a camera.
Well, I was going to say, is he going to wear clothes next time?
No, what
It's
he's
been kind of a distraction.
Yeah.
It's hot in here, all right?
So
People
Zach
at home don't know.
So Zach edits and produces the show, and he's gonna go get a fucking photo shot. He's gonna put a glamour shot of his shit in there. I'm
He's gonna have a cardboard
Yeah, it's
cutout
gonna
of fucking John Cena sitting at the table next time.
I got you, bitches. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. Listen to us on, what are we on?
Oh, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and iHeartMedia.
Yeah, and we're working on Pornhub right now.
Hell
I can make that happen.
And
I know
YouTube.
somebody over there.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
And you too.
Yeah.
And also YouTube.
YouTube and yeah, Pornhub would be cool.
Fucking
That would
Red
be.
Tube.
We should release them over there.
You can get on there.
I'm
Yeah.
sure if we
User
get
channel?
a
Why not?
get a
What the
black
hell? Yeah.
Views or views, bitch.
you get a black
I mean, we
couch in
talked
here, I
about
think.
fucking dead butt plugs.
Yeah.
We did talk about butt plugs.
We did talk about that.
Yeah. So
That's true.
there you go. Hey guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace, bitch.